Today's topic on Chenomi Speaks is self betrayal. We often betray in the context of others betraying us, but rarely do we reflect on how we might betray ourselves. Self betrayal is the quiet compromise of one's values, the deliberate suppression of authentic needs, or the consistent failure to align with one's deepest beliefs. It occurs when we settle for less than we deserve or silence our inner voice due to fear, comfort, or convenience. This topic resonates with me because of a past dating experience. When I decided to re enter the dating scene, I had a clear list of non negotiables. I was determined to date with purpose, knowing what I wanted in a partner. However, after meeting someone on a dating app during a time when I was tired of being single, I chose to pursue a relationship with him despite his not meeting 95% of my criteria. On our first date, he also revealed significant red flags that I consciously ignored, believing things would be different with me. They weren't at all. When his coldness and disregard became apparent, I grew angry. Initially, I blamed him for what had occurred. But then I realized I had betrayed myself by entering the relationship against my own values. This realization was difficult, but helped me reflect on other instances where I had betrayed myself by going against my values and suppressing my needs. Self betrayal manifests whenever we prioritize external approval or internal truth. This often happens in subtle ways: agreeing to commitment we secretly resent, remaining silent when a truth needs to be spoken, or abandoning a personal goal to maintain the status quo. In these moments, we tell ourselves small, false stories such as, it's easier this way, or it doesn't really matter, to justify the misalignment. The psychological cost of this chronic misalignment is significant, primarily leading to cognitive dissonance, the mental stress experienced when contradictory beliefs, values, or behaviors are simultaneous. For example, if an individual values honesty but consistently lies to themselves about their true desires, the mind works overtime to rationalize the behavior, deepening the internal conflict. Many of us have experienced this mental anguish. While I was hard on myself for that particular dating situation, my takeaway was that it needed to happen. Without that experience, I wouldn't have recognized the need for change. To achieve a happy, healthy relationship with others, I first needed a relationship with myself, addressing issues of self betrayal and other personal challenges. Healing the wound of self betrayal requires reversing the process, starting with radical honesty. The first step is acknowledging the specific values being violated, whether they relate to time, creativity, authenticity, or justice. This involves cultivating self awareness, the willingness to sit with the discomfort of realizing where we have fallen short, rather than immediately seeking to excuse or numb the feeling. Upon my research of self betrayal, I stumbled upon Dr. Megan Johnson out of California of the Woven Together Therapy Group. And she suggests small shifts to combat patterns of betrayal. One, advocate for yourself. Learn to prioritize your needs before those of others. Two, take responsibility for yourself. Pay attention to relationships that are performative. Three, practice settling practice setting boundaries. And four, make and keep daily promises to yourself. This helps rebuild self-trust. And I will add a fifth, which is focus on yourself focus on your goals, focus on the things that make you happy, and just make that your focus. Pour into yourself, make yourself happy daily. Focus on projects and activities that maybe you've put off for a long time. Your mental health, your physical health, your happiness, whether it's reading a book, self care, make that your priority. Ultimately, self betrayal is a common human experience, often stemming from fear and pressures to conform. However, it is a wound that demands conscious attention and care. The journey back to self trust is not about grand gestures, but about the slow, patient practice of aligning one's outer life with one's inner truth. By choosing courage over fear and honesty, action over silence, we can move beyond the coercive effects of self betrayal and embrace the profound freedom of living an authentic life. If you're dealing with, if this topic, hits, and you've been dealing with, self betrayal, or you've realized that you have betrayed yourself in your life, my thing is, don't do like I did and be hard on yourself and beat up on yourself and say, why couldn't I have done things differently? Sometimes things happen the way they have to occur, and I would encourage you to, um, you know, focus on yourself, follow some of the tips. Um, there's different types of self betrayal. There's self betrayal as far as entering into relationships. There's self betrayal as far as robbing yourself of doing certain things out of fear, as I mentioned. But in the comment section, you could feel free to, um, you know, add your experience, or add if any part of this discussion of self betrayal resonated with you. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.